I am Judge Bernice Donald, the chair of the Criminal Justice Section, and I want you to know I was thinking about you, each of you. You have gotten the Criminal Justice magazine, and in order to help you make the connection, I once again wore blue so you'd be easily able to identify me. You know the photo in there, I'm wearing blue, and so I wanted to do that to make it easy for you, okay? That was my attempt at a joke. I just want to extend to you a few words of welcome and say how delighted I am to chair this really incredible section. Before I get into my remarks, I want to share with you again that we have had phenomenal leadership of this section. In the room is the immediate past chairs of this section, Jim Feldman from Florida, who's seated right there. Jim, stand. People are way over there. And Cynthia Orr from Texas. Cynthia, stand. Okay. And our next chair is going to be Matt Riedel from Wyoming. And after that, it's going to be Sandy Weinberg from Tennessee by way of Florida, or vice versa. Another one of the white-collar guys. And if Sandy's in the room, I'd like to have him stand, and I'd like you to applaud him. He's really going to have a great year. When I thought about this situation and what I might say to you by welcome, I think the most sincere welcome I could extend to you is an invitation to fully become involved in the work of the Criminal Justice Section. This is an incredible program that's been going on now for 30 years, and as I said before, it was the idea, the creation of Ray Bonone. But it could not have been what it's become today without each of you and others who are not here with us. This is one of the phenomenal programs in the constellation of programs that are presented by the Criminal Justice Section around the globe. If you are not a member of the Criminal Justice Section and you are a member of the American Bar Association, I invite you to join us. The ABA has a special program now where you can add a section for free. You'd be wise to add the Criminal Justice Section. If you're not a member of the American Bar Association, I would invite you to join and become a member of the Criminal Justice Section. Why do I say that? At no time in the world has it been more critical than you join hands with like-minded people to embark upon the great work of reforming the Criminal Justice Section. You can't pick up a newspaper, turn on a TV show, or anything else without someone talking about the need for reform. Reform doesn't happen in a vacuum. It happens because people who understand the issues and who are committed to the causes band together to effectuate that reform. Criminal justice, thanks to the work of Professor Steve Salzberg and his colleague Neil Sonnett out of Florida, do more to bring about resolutions for the reform of criminal justice and present them to the House of Delegates and get them passed to aid advocates on the Hill to help lobbyists reform the system in a way that brings us closer to the ideal of equal justice under law. But we do more than that. We have programs that are involved in initiatives right now, and I'll just name a few and then I'll stop. You know that the collateral consequences of criminal convictions bar re-entry into society by many, many people in this country. Right now we have more than 2.3 million people in jails and prisons around the country, and each one of those will have a host of collateral consequences that will affect their ability to become full citizens. We are doing important work in that area. Jim Feldman is spearheading an organization, an enterprise rather, that you'll hear more about, the Clemency 2014 project that we're involved in as a result of the request by the Attorney General and the DOJ. We're now looking at and doing programming, coming up with guidelines and hopefully standards for the police use of body-worn cameras. Professor Salzberg is a reporter of that project. We've been working on standards for prosecutors, defenders, judges, juvenile justice, mental health monitors, and a whole range of others. And those are standards that are used widely by judges, prosecutors, and defense attorneys to help in the work that we do. And then there are the white-collar crime institutes, both national and international, that are always very helpful and useful and widely subscribed to. We are working to try and interrupt, if you will, the school to prison pipeline. Professor Sarah Redfield is doing programming around the country that is really excited school officials, law enforcement, and others, and there are some policy changes that are going on as a result of that. There are many, many others that we're working on, but for all of that work, we need more hands, and we'd be delighted to have your hands involved in that work. Dr. King has famously said, it's not original to him, but that the arc of the moral universe bends toward justice. But I would share with you that it does not bend of its own volition. It bends because of the gravitational force applied by each one of you out here pushing and pulling to bend it inevitably toward justice as envisioned by the words in our founding documents. And I invite you to do your work through the organization of criminal justice. I want to welcome you. I want to thank you. I want to encourage you to join us.